Hello, this is Deborah with Black Education TV. Now, there's one particular story that I wasn't going to cover at all because I really wasn't that interested in the story. Okay, but I had several requests to talk about the story. I mean, there are things I could say about the story, which that's what I'm about to do now. I'm coming from a totally different perspective than all others that have covered this story. The royal wedding. Okay, I've seen a lot of commentary on it. Even my son talked about this and so many others. But there was a brother the other day. He said, Sister Deborah, can you talk about the royal wedding? Can you talk about the... And so his comment for some reason just kind of made me say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this. Because there are so many important things in the world that I feel we can deal with to where that one just wasn't one of them. But I don't think there's anything wrong with offering a perspective on the whole issue of the royal wedding. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to, again, come from a whole different perspective that I have seen others come from. A lot of people I noticed were taken back by the statements that a lot of black women have made. And I certainly get this. And those are some of the things that kind of just turned me off from the story. I said, yet again, our people are in la la land. Okay, and so it was for that reason that I said, you know, this is a good thing to cover or talk about. Just one of the many aspects of why I see a lot of this stuff as foolish distractions for our people, because I often say this, we just don't get it. I feel sorry for some of the young women who felt like they said that kiss was a kiss for the whole black community. Now, when I looked at that and I looked at the young woman's picture who made that statement, I felt sorry for her. And I'm saying that kiss. So you're talking about this young woman who's not even black. She's mixed, okay? Kissing this redhead. And you think that was a kiss for the whole black community. Well, ask Meghan that, if she believes that kiss was for the whole black community. Ask the prince that, if he thinks that kiss was for the whole black community. I can't imagine that he was imagining himself kissing Laquita from the hood when he was kissing Meghan. And I can't imagine that Meghan felt like, I'm scoring one for all of the black girls around the world with that kiss. See, we attach ourselves to other people's quote-unquote victories, in which the fact that we see that as a victory for the black community shows how downtrodden mentally we are. You see, that, in my opinion, shows a lack of understanding, a lack of education, and knowledge, because, like many have pointed out, we are not new to royalty. That's nothing new. If we even took the time to understand black culture, or even our own culture as Israelites, we would know that there were kings and queens all throughout our history for thousands of years. And to only associate royalty with those in Buckingham Palace, it just shows that our people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. That young woman is destroyed mentally to believe that that kiss was for the whole black community. Now, you have to understand, when you say the whole black community, so are you saying that Rico, a brother on the east side of Detroit, that kiss was for him too? How? We are not teaching our young people anything. The young woman who made that statement, I saw her picture, she's young. Nobody taught that girl anything. And I'm not putting her down. I'm just saying our people need to get our heads out of the sand. You see, to believe and associate royalty only with those in Buckingham Palace out of Europe shows that we lack any type of historical understanding of ourselves. We don't have any understanding of who we are as a people. You see, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. You see, but we seek to go to the white man's college to learn anything. And you can best believe that they will not be teaching you anything about your culture, about who you are. It's amazing to me It's amazing to me when I see the goings on the internet. It's truly sad. It's sad the things that I am witnessing and seeing, that we seem to be going deeper and deeper into a pit of oblivion, not knowing what is happening, what is taking place, what we need to fix ourselves, what we need to improve as a people. Most of us aren't even interested in learning or understanding what we need to do to improve as a people. We're so busy trying to unify with everybody in the world, people who can care less about our existence. I talked about in the previous video that unity is a state of mind. That is something we really don't have. We celebrate and rejoice over things that are just nonsensical to our being. That kiss represented nothing for the black community. Now, I do believe, however, that that whole marriage is very symbolic of something. Now, some of you brothers might not like what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. There was a snowball's chance in hell that Meghan Markle would have ever married a black man. A snowball's chance in hell. And there's something else I'm going to say too. Notice that her mother is black and her father is white. She married into the royal family. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brothers, and some of you aren't going to like this either. The chances of Meghan Markle marrying into the royal family, if things were switched around, are very, very slim. As a matter of fact, I don't think the chances even exist. And what I mean by switched around is, if Meghan Markle had a black father and a white mother, I doubt very seriously if she would have married into that family. And I'm talking about looking the exact same way that she looks right now. Had it been a black father and a white mother, I doubt very seriously if she would have been accepted into that family. Now, because she has a white father and a black mother, she was accepted into the royal family. Chew on that for a moment. Chew on that for one moment. Many of you will miss the point that I'm trying to make here, and you'll apply it to something else that I'm not even trying to state. But if you really analyze and look at what I'm saying, there is something very deep about that. Very deep. But anyway, as I stated, this is not one of those things that I really wanted to talk about because it really wasn't of interest to me in that way. A lot of people feel like history has been made, and I'm tripping out over that. What do you mean history has been made? Everything that happens in this world is a making of history. Tomorrow, everything that happens today is gone. It's history, you see. But there are certain things that we idolize, as in a lot of black women idolizing the fact that Meghan Markle married a prince, a white prince. And there's this rejoicing going on. Why? Why are you rejoicing, sister? Why are you so happy about this? Why do you feel like this is a victory? And please explain to me how this is going to change your life. Because there's also this misconception where now it gives black girls something else to dream about. Maybe one day I can marry a prince. And see, for you, when you think of a prince, you think of the royal family in Buckingham Palace. You don't think of those in Africa, kings of Africa, queens of Africa. That don't even cross your mind because your history has been wiped out of your mind. You know how they wipe a hard drive clean? They just swipe it clean. That's what has happened. Your hard drives have been wiped clean. And so you've been given an alternative history to where you think that only Buckingham Palace can produce true royalty. And you don't realize that many of us have royal blood running through our veins. But we cannot see that. We do not accept that narrative because it doesn't line up with what you've been taught in the public food system. I love you, family, but I have to say these things because we have got to wait. We have a lot of awakening to do, not just to who we are as a people culturally, but our minds have been shut down, fast asleep. So our minds need to be awakened as well. So many hurdles, so many things to discuss, so many things to improve. We have a lot of work to do, family, lots and lots of work to do. Yeah, like in this garden, we've got a lot of work to do. Tomorrow it is on, the first day of the week. We're going to come out here and do what we have to do. While we're picking out weeds, we're going to pick some greens too. Have a big pot of it for dinner. You see, I'm going to tell you right now, family, I'm going to let you in on a little secret in which many of you already know this. But the herbs of the garden, that is our vibranium. The food that we grow ourselves, that's our vibranium. The key to mental health is to watch what you listen to, watch what you see, and to watch what you eat. I'm going to let you in on another little secret too. Last year we bought some pigeons. We bought a whole bunch of pigeons. And we've learned something new about them. We were so worried about them getting out and leaving. But the guy who we bought the pigeons from, he explained to us, and I know this is way off subject, he explained to us that pigeons, especially homing pigeons and runners, I think he called them, once they establish a place as home, that's where they will remain. And so as I'm talking, I'm watching 3 of our pigeons just keep flying overhead. And it's really amazing to me. It's amazing to me because they are doing exactly what the guy said. He said after 2 weeks, they will establish a new home. And so all that worrying about, oh man, they got out. When we were out under the carport last night, there was one sitting right up there on the shelf like, hey, I'm back. You see, they know where home is. They come home, you see. And I keep seeing them fly around and it looks so adorable. These are our pigeons. So even though they have their freedom and they're flying overhead, they come back home because they have an understanding of what home is. And when we as a people can get that understanding of what home is and where it is, and we start to focus our mind on getting there, those of you who understand that we are the Israelites, you know what I'm talking about. When we get our mind and our heart focused on home, then we will repent and do whatever it takes for us to get back there. Because that's what will get us back there, repentance. Turning away from those things that separated us from the Most High in the first place. Okay, family. And with that, I will say shalom.